Welcome to another exciting episode of Segun Gele Uncensored on CocoboxTV. Today I have a special love for this topic. It's an ode to the mothers. I have a short write-up that actually prompted this topic. I need to read it. It's titled The Labor Room. In the 9th month, she must prepare to travel in the labor room. Therefore, the pain is an indication something good is coming. To a woman in labor, it's an indication is a baby is about to pop. Contractions takes place every 1 hour, then suddenly it comes every 30 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, and then comes the moment to push. At this time, many may want to opt for CS because the pain is unbearable. It's at this unbearable period that the baby is about to pop out. Many get tired at this period. Many may die at this period. Many have stillbirths at this period, yet many, when they hear from the medical team that the head of the baby has been sighted, they muster all the reserved strength they have left and do a final push. And after this last push, they come out of the labor ward triumphant brethren. The labor room is not a place of joke. Today, I'll be talking about the labor room, the delivery room, and you'll be like, okay, so what does he know about the labor room? Anyway, I've been there 3 times, and this is just to encourage men that are scared of going into the labor room with their wives, husbands that have not been doing their husbandly duties in this aspect, because it's not just good enough for you to just donate the sperm and leave the woman to her sorrows for the next 9 months or 10 months, depending on how long the baby stays. Okay, so this is just to help encourage most men out there to wake up to their responsibilities as husbands and fathers to their kids. Now, after conception, you find out your wife is pregnant, and everything, and they go through their first trimester and everything. The period between the first week to the first trimester, which is 12 weeks, so many women have different symptoms. They go through so much different processes and everything. Now some men tend to know about this. That's how they are sensitive to it. They help the women. But most times, morning sickness comes up, so many things, the body changes, hormonal imbalance, and so many things. Now, some don't even experience it in their first trimester. They either experience in the 2nd trimester or the 3rd trimester. Now, pregnancy differs from the first baby to the 2nd baby to the 3rd baby. The pregnancy differs. Okay, so I'd like to urge all men, once your wife is pregnant, just be extra sensitive to how they change. Now, lots of them get cranky and everything. It's not their fault. It's just the hormones in them acting up. Now, I know some women take undue advantage of this. Yes, some of you take undue advantage of this. But it's all the joy. It's all the joy that comes after it. Everything you feel during the period of pregnancy, it's all the joy. Now, lots of women do crave so many things. Thank God my wife never craved anything. But I've had a situation where a friend of mine called me in the middle of the night, that she wanted McDonald's. And I was like, call your husband. She's like, her husband is not responding. And she wanted McDonald's. I had to dial her husband's phone and he had to go get her McDonald's. Now, I think that was kind of pushing it too far. But if that's what she's craving at that moment, yes, please try your best possible to help her. And if you know that is what she's craving at that particular point in time, just buy it and keep it at home. Some is popcorn. I actually have a friend, I'm sure if she's listening to this, she knows I'm talking about her. Every time she calls me, oh, that woman that brings food to your shop, I want to eat her food. And I'm like, hey, look here, I'm not the one that impregnated you. Just like joke. So many people crave so many different things, So these are the times you need to help them the most, okay? Lots of husbands don't believe in helping their wives at home. On a day-to-day basis, you can deal with it, But once your wife is pregnant, please try your best possible to help them with the chores. Simple things like helping to clear out the leftover food in the plates, put it in the trash. She can come and actually do the dishes, because clearing out those things, bending down and everything, it's a whole lot of work. There's pain in the back that you're not going to help her to massage, the feet you're not going to help her to massage. As much stress as you can try to relieve from her, the better. Now, some people don't even want to try to cook. But once it gets to this particular stage in your life, okay, please try your best possible to help your wife to cook. Even if it's some prepackaged meals, you can always take care of that for her to make sure she is relieved of her stress, whichever way. Now, I'm going to go into the pain women go through during labor. I have been there 3 times, and the 3 times has not been easy. The first one was quite scary, but I mean, I got through it at the end of the day, and I must say it is an experience every man, every father, let me not say every man, well, every man actually, because if you can sleep with a woman, you impregnate her. If you can put a woman in the family with, then you should be ready to be in the labor room for the delivery of your child. If you are not there for some reason or the other, you are out of the country, I mean, it's understandable. But if you are in the country, you understand what I'm saying, where your wife is having a baby, then I think it is very important for you to be there, because you did this together. Okay, you are welcoming a child into this world, and I think that's just the best feeling, to be there to witness the birth of your child. But let's even forget about the birth of your child. The most important aspect of being in the labor room is to be there for your wife. It's for better, for worse. At this point in time, most of them, it's a thin line between life and death. They go through so much pain from the time they get the Pitocin or the epidural. Oh my God, the pain is like 200%. Okay? At that point in time, they don't even care for the mother. They care for the child, to make sure the child is okay. Nobody to care for the mother. Now, this is where we as husbands, as fathers, come into play. This is where you have to stand by the bedside of your wife to help her, to let her understand that, you know what, I'm here by your side. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay. At that point in time, the little time you massage her feet, you rub her hands and everything, it goes a long way to show that you are there for her. Okay, now so many people say, oh, I cannot stand the sight of blood. I cannot this, I cannot that. If you can't stand the sight of the blood, you don't have to be where you're going to see the blood. You can stand by her head side and rub her shoulders, rub her hands, let her know everything is going to be fine, most especially when she's actually going into labor, into delivery of the baby. It's not an easy journey, I must say. It's not an easy journey, but I think it is great to have every man, every father, or every young person that puts a woman in the family way to be there at the labor room. I wasn't the one that called my mom to say we had a baby. I wasn't the one that called my mother-in-law to say we had a baby, because I cried all through. I just want to get emotional. The pain was so much. It was a lot of pain. For my first child, for the second one, and even for the third one. You can imagine a woman going into labor. The anesthesiologist does not get there before they administer epidural. Yes, she had the first baby, no epidural, the second baby, no epidural, because it went just like that. So you can, I mean, thank God everything was fine. But you can imagine single parents, single mothers. I don't know how they did it, but I am 100% sure they do not want to go through this. Okay, now you can imagine going through all of this. A woman bears your child. You bring her home. You still beat her. You abuse her immediately after having a baby. It does not make any sense. It sincerely doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I just want to use this medium to encourage us, men, to please try our best possible. If you know your wife, you know the due dates, find out what the due dates is. They tell you most of the time. If you know when your wife is going to deliver a baby, make sure you try to be there. try your best possible to be there, and everything is going to be fine. Okay, and to those of you that have decided, you know what, all I can do is put you in the family way, all I can do is just donate a sperm and go, that is not life. That is not what marriage is all about. It's for better, for worse. Okay, and this is just the most important aspect of marriage, bringing a child into life. You want that child to know and realize that, you know what, my dad was actually there. You want your child to hear good stories about you, and these are part of the things that we need to hear at the end of the day. I appreciate you, mommy. I sincerely do love you. I love you so, so much. I mean, I can't imagine all you've been through for me as a child. You understand what I'm saying? And to all the mothers out there, I just want to say, you guys are awesome. You guys are phenomenal. Okay? All of you are super women. Don't simply because a man treated you one way or the other, you treat somebody else like that. No, don't do that. Okay? Love your children, love your children, love your children, and love your husbands. Okay? And to those of you that abuse your husband, you rain curses and abuses on them during labor, please try your best possible not to. All you can do for them is pray for them. So those of you that have made up your mind you're never going to go into the labor room with your wives, God is watching you in 3D. That's all I can tell you. This is me, Segun Gele, and I look forward to another exciting episode of Segun Gele Uncensored. Thank you. I feel like crying. I hope you've got it.
Yeah, I feel good. But you know now, my name is Chili is a genius Ago, and I'm right here watching CocoboxTV. Prescribed. You better do. The guys they hustle. You know they non try. When I watch our people.